Hello and welcome to episode 42 of Let's Play Mass Effect 2. Things are really going to get exciting now because we're about to begin the final arc of the game. Before we do though, I did look up elusive. It is a word, based on illusion obviously, and the difference between elusive with an E and elusive with an I is that elusive means difficult to find or catch, whereas elusive means like illusionary, like an illusion, so something that appears to be there but was never really there. So it's an interesting distinction and makes me kind of think maybe the elusive man, like I can understand them calling him the elusive man with an E, but with an I makes me think maybe he wasn't actually there.
Shepard, it's so good to see you. I've set up a few terminals with information I think you'll find interesting. Take a look.
So maybe that'll be some kind of twist later on, maybe it won't be, but only way to find out is to keep playing.
Welcome back, Shadow Broker.
What's this?
That's the old broker's VI assistant. It's actually been helpful with rebuilding the network.
Please let me know if I can organize anything else for you, Shadow Broker.
It also thinks anyone in the room is the broker. I'll play around with the settings later.
My manual is ready whenever you have a moment.
Alrighty, I guess while we're here still, we can check up on the data and see if there's anything useful we can find here. There's advanced training, is that like... okay, it lets you redistribute the ability points for any of these characters. That could be useful for 1,000 elements 0. But I'll probably stick with the choices I make, because I'm a bit of an old school RPGer and I like sticking with, don't double think everything. Armor, I still kind of like this armor. I like how the purple looks dark in like combat scenarios and looks kind of lighter when you're like out and about. So I think we're just gonna stick with it. It has served us well so far. There's a research terminal. I don't know, is there any research we can do? Heavy pistol damage. Sounds good. Armor upgrades, damage protection. Prototypes, not really. Alright, so these are pretty much just standard things. Survey information. The location of a planet rich with Ezo is available for purchase. Yeah, why not? So I guess if you want to harvest more things, you can buy these star maps. That's kind of cool.
The Turian Council member's mistress has made some unusual purchases lately. She may be expecting to move to a larger mansion.
Good to know. Shadow Broker ship model. Shutter controls. Oh, cool. I like that. This is a nice ship. Little, I don't know. Not super classy, but it does the job. Investment opportunities. A pirate fleet is massing on the fringes of the Terminus systems in preparation for a raid on outlying Alliance colonies. Send a tip off to Admiral Hackett about the upcoming invasion. Sure. Sounds like a good thing to do. Mission in progress. A report will be ready tomorrow. The Certa Foundation can't start tests on a promising new antibiotic because of accidentally misfiled paperwork. Use your contacts to help them cut through the red tape so they can begin the clinical trials. Don't see why not. Smear campaign. Corrupt politician. I like how it shows Ambassador Udina there. On all Earth manufactured goods. Sounds like a good cause. And tip off the planetary authorities. Alright. Hopefully we'll see those dossiers. Possible recruitment candidate after Elusive Man's assassination and destruction of Cerberus. So the Shadow Broker was definitely planning to go after Cerberus, but we came after him first. Oh wow. Image results for Shepard Sarah Inspector. Interesting. So there's a lot here. Wait, iPartner is like a dating site? I'm not gonna read all this. Medical request. Oh wow. While we cannot firmly attribute the cause of the benign neoplasm to the irregularity in your genetic makeup, we can confirm that the progressive damage renders you unable to conceive a child. Aw, poor Miranda. About 12% of human women ages 18 to 54 have difficulty getting pregnant or staying pregnant according to data obtained from the Institute of Species Research. There are many support groups if you wish to discuss your condition, and several options available should you wish to consider the adoption of a child. Aw. Yeah, I feel kind of, I don't know, I probably shouldn't be reading all these. Inventory. Personalized happy birthday mom travel mug. Aw. Alright. Cerberus. Elusive man profile. Cigarettes smoked today for only four? That seems like an underestimation. Drinks consumed today, 7. Daily Skyball score, 160-0, fifth consecutive perfect game. I don't know what Skyball is, but I guess he's good at it. Suit worn today. Sexual liaisons. Hmm. Matriarch Trelawney twice. Messages sent today. So somebody is keeping a close eye on him for the Shadow Broker. Interesting. So this seems like it'd be interesting stuff to read through, but I don't want to spend all episode reading through it. Arya, de facto leader of Commando, 3 centuries of Commando experience. Some planning. So this is cool stuff they put in there, though. It'd be interesting to go through and read. Captain Anderson. He's not a captain anymore. Video download. Sarah and a hero betrayed. Bought some brandy. He's downloading a lot of videos. Afraid of the Dark. Reapers, Collectors, and Other Myths. Except they're not myths. I went to San Francisco. Alright. Admiral Hackett. They've confirmed that he's requesting that you rescind orders against the line in contact with Shepard, and Hackett has denied the request. Simple and to the point. Shadow Broker classified. To Shadow Broker from Operative Ketchlu. Per your request, we've landed on the Yog homeworld and captured a specimen for your studies. We actually had to kill several of them before finding this one, which seemed interested in leaving the planet. Hopefully this means he's more attractable. I do recommend caution, however. These creatures may indeed be valuable shock troops or bodyguards, but their savagery puts even the Krogan to shame. As near as we can tell, it's part of their culture. They're not simple brutes like most Krogan. The one we've got is learning nearly as fast as a Solarian. He could be more dangerous than you realize. To Operative Ketchlu from Shadow Broker. If you're reading this, my young friend, then you've eliminated the former Operative Ketchlu and have taken his position. These past few months have seen you learn and grow at a rate I would never have credited had I not seen to it personally. You already understand 17 languages without translator assistance, and your political predictions have bettered some of my best agents. As Ketchlu, you will command strike teams to gather intelligence and neutralize potential threats. It's playing with fire here. Remember your training. Losing your temper costs you that priceless mind of yours, as well as the loyalty of your men. The Shadow Broker leads those who look for secrets. He must be trusted by his men so that he can in turn trust them. Gathering knowledge is a holy task, one I'm sure you understand, as you wanted to be off your homeworld so badly to see what wonders awaited you out here. Please provide an update of all operations, Ketchloo. I know that I am proud of you. To all from Shadowbroker, remove Operative Ketchloo immediately. He is too dangerous to leave alive. Engage only with numerical superiority, otherwise change all access codes and observe only. Provide no information. Ketchloo must not be allowed any further access to message ends. To all from Shadowbroker, Operative Ketchloo is no longer a problem. Discontinue code changes and resume normal activity. I want a status report on all operations by the end of the next solar day. Shadowbroker out. So, just like with Liara, this is obviously when Ketchloo, as she predicted, usurped the title of Shadowbroker from the former Shadowbroker. So that's interesting. But yeah, lots of cool stuff there. Not gonna bother to read through it. I guess you get some codex entries. So that's pretty cool. We already did the advanced training. I guess that's about all we can do here. Let's talk to Liara. Delivery pickup. Oh, I guess that's from the other thing we did. All right. So we have Palladium. Nice.
How are you doing, Liara?
I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. The Shadow Broker had more resources than you can imagine. Here, come on over. He had top-level access to the Turian and Asari governments. And more than one Solarian Dalatros traded intel. And now it's ours.
You're not gonna turn into a recluse with creepy information on everyone in the galaxy, are you?
I can understand the temptation. I've got all the secrets of the galaxy at my fingertips. Give me 10 minutes and I could start a war. But I've got a purpose. Helping you stop the Reapers. That will keep me honest. You know, relatively speaking.
I feel like this is one of those, like, Batman and, what's this guy named? Morgan Freeman's character. Fox, Lucian Fox. I think that's his name. But, where this is sort of one of those necessary evils that, hopefully we'll do away with once the Reaper threat is over, but until then it could definitely be a valuable asset.
If you're in over your head, we could just crash this thing and walk away.
That's just it. In a way, I feel like I belong here. Working on my own, I was always hunting for leads. With the Shadow Broker's resources, it's about organizing, cataloging. I've got everything, Shepard. This is a dream job. Although, the location could be better.
I don't know, it's got a nice view.
Have you found anything useful yet?
The Shadow Broker knew about the Reapers. Perhaps that's why he offered to help prove Saren's guilt to the Council.
He didn't want Saren to succeed.
He also knew that the Collectors were Protheans, repurposed to be Harbinger's puppets. There's even some data on the Protheans. I think he knew what was coming and was looking for a way to survive.
Survive, interesting. It's also interesting what she just said about the Collectors being Harbinger's puppets. Is Harbinger... He looked like he was just like the head Collector. And we saw him in that little cutscene on Freedom's Progress, I think it was called. But I don't know. The way she said that makes me almost think maybe he was a Reaper. Maybe what we saw wasn't actually him. And we did see Sovereign take control of Saren's body. So it's quite possible that that's what he's been doing. You know, it makes sense that he'd have the same ability to do it with the Collectors.
Why was he still looking at Protheans? They gave us the warning and the conduit at Ilos, but we've used those.
The Shadow Broker seemed to think there was more out there. Perhaps the Protheans had other plans. Or maybe he was just grasping at anything that offered some hope.
Yeah, doesn't hurt to look.
How'd you know what the Shadow Broker was?
I didn't. I had no idea what to expect when we finally found him. But I researched pre-spaceflight cultures during some of my Prothean studies. I know a bit about the Yogg. There's more on the terminals if you want to look. They're a fascinating culture, and a terrifying one.
Indeed, if they ever do get spaceflight, we might need another genophage if they're basically super intelligent Krogans, and even more powerful by the one we fought, at least.
How's Farron doing?
As well as you'd expect, after 2 years of intermittent torture.
You gonna be okay?
I don't know. He wants to work, so I'm letting him help. Maybe it takes his mind off it.
Yeah, it'll be good to have somebody to help her, because this is a lot.
So, you and Farron?
No. He's been through a traumatic ordeal. He's emotionally fragile and needs to heal. He's very grateful to me for saving him. But it would be irresponsible of me to take advantage of that.
Well, maybe when he gets better then. She deserves to have somebody.
It was good talking with you, Liara. Let me know if you need anything.
I think what I need right now is a friend. I can't leave for too long, but spending all my time on this ship, maybe next time you come by, I could come up to the Normandy.
Visit it now if you'd like.
That sounds great. Why don't you come up now?
Okay, thanks. I'll be right there. Just give me a minute.
I was about to say, I was hoping that wasn't code for something.
Did you enjoy the tour?
Yes.
It's right, she's never
a
been on this
beautiful
Normandy.
ship. And I ran into Joker. He seemed happy to see me. Although, he did ask if I'd embraced eternity lately.
Of course he did.
I also spoke with Dr. Chakwas. I'm glad she's doing well. I brought you something. It took some digging, but I recovered your tags.
Oh.
I thought I'd never see these again.
They changed hands more than once. Do you remember Admiral Hackett?
How could I forget?
He gave them to me so I could return them to you. He sends his best and hopes you're okay. So
I talked to him
how
not
are
too long
you
ago,
doing,
actually.
Shepard? I mean, really. Not what you tell your squad to keep morale up.
Interesting choice. A little bit of all three, honestly. Worried because we are facing a huge Reaper invasion and people don't seem to be accepting that, which I guess is a bit of the frustrating part, but also hopeful because we do have a plan, so I'll go with that one.
I'm okay. Really. It's been rough, but we'll get it done.
You've certainly made a good start, even if those idiots on the council won't admit it. There wouldn't be a man, woman, or child left on Horizon, if not for you.
I saved some of them. Not enough. And the collectors will keep hitting colonies until I stop them.
So you'll stop them.
That's
and
the
here I
plan.
thought it'd be difficult.
You'll get the job done. You always do. I just don't know what comes next. So tell me what you want. What are you fighting for?
We'll go with the high and mighty one. Life everywhere.
I guess I'm fighting for us. All of us.
That's a lot of responsibility.
People are messy, awkward, sometimes selfish or cruel. But they're trying. And I'm gonna make sure they have a chance.
I hope the galaxy proves itself worthy of the effort you're putting into saving it. I should get back to my base, but thanks for inviting me up, Shepard.
Oh. Wonder if that goes differently if you chose to romance Liara instead of Ashley in the first one. I suspect it does. What was I gonna say? It's a more interesting galaxy too if life has more than 50,000 years to develop. I mean, the extinction event every 50,000 years really hinders the amount of diversity and just interesting connections that can happen in the galaxy. It would be a much more fascinating, dynamic place if all these species were allowed to continue developing for hundreds of thousands of years into the future. So that's the goal. Let's see if we can accomplish it. Alright, so next up, before we begin the final couple missions, because let's look at the journal again. We only have, wait a minute. Yeah, stop the collectors. So we need to acquire the Reaper IFF, and then we can go through the Omega Relay. And then Arrival, which we'll do after the game is over, because that seems to fit there plot-wise.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Alright, let's see. Back from female camp. Oh, from Erdnot. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the guy that I rescued, I guess. The clan leader told me how to get in touch with you. I don't remember much of what happened, but the chief scout said you pulled my squad out of the fire when I got caught and poisoned over at the Werlock camp. Thanks. Next time I have a chance to kill a human, I won't. Unless I go into a blood rage or something. I got to go to the female camp after I recovered, and it was pretty good. I was actually thinking of joining the blood pack before this happened. I think I'm going to stay here instead. See? So much better. Alright, cool stuff. So I do want to make my rounds through the ship one more time before we begin the final arc. And just to talk to my crewmates, check up on them, make sure they're doing well. Let's start with Jacob. Haven't talked to him in a while. Not sure if they actually have anything new to say or not, but can't hurt to check.
Thanks for diverting to the Gernsback, Shepard. I appreciate being able to clean up that mess. And don't worry, it will not affect how I do my job. It's over.
What do you think of the state of the crew?
This crew is as good as it can be. We've got a shot. A long shot, but it's a hell of a lot better than nothing. Anything else, Commander?
I think we already did that.
How are we doing, Jacob? What's your sense of the mission?
Felt good to take that collector ship, but we need to find a way to take it to them. That's a big step. May as well be out in airlock. Anything else, Commander?
Any thoughts on how to prepare against the Collectors?
We've got the best armor available. The rest is outside my expertise, Commander.
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Already? I'm not big on forcing these talks, Shepard. Let's do this later.
We'll talk later.
Commander.
Alrighty, no new upgrades. Let's talk to Morden next, since he is also on this level. But I think we talked to him fairly
Shepard,
recently anyway.
how can I help?
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. No squad concerns to report. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, good timing, in fact. Excellent. Made breakthrough. Can share results while next samples grow.
Yay.
Hate waiting for culture analysis. Never fast enough. Usually no result in advance. Just checking work. Have to be careful. Getting off track. Discovery. Based on Prothean collector connection, can examine technology, chart Reaper species modification, fall of Protheans.
You say chart? He's talking a little fast there.
Tell me what happened.
Early stages similar to indoctrination. Can guess captured Protheans lost intelligence over several cloned generations. Cybernetic augmentation widespread afterward. As Protheans failed, Reapers added tech to compensate. Mental capacity almost gone, replaced by overworked sensory input transfers. Transmitting data to masters.
Is there anything we can do to help them?
No. No glands replaced by tech. No digestive system replaced by tech. No soul replaced by tech. Whatever they were, gone forever. Understand now? No art, no culture, closer to husks than slaves. Tools for Reapers. Protheans dead. Collectors just final insult. Must be destroyed.
I didn't think you needed any more motivation than you already had to stop the Collectors.
Enjoyed challenge. Saw necessity of attack on Collectors after Plague on Omega. Their work, my people. Hard to care about two armies. One wins, one loses. Always work to do after. Now, have more context. See what Collectors are. Wasn't looking for other work before. Don't mean to imply that. Just committed now. Won't let you down.
You said the Collectors had no art. I had no idea you cared about that kind of thing.
Personal interest negligible. Sang a little. Multi-species productions for cultural exploration. Gilbert and Sullivan always had me do the patter songs. But not about me. Cultural artistic expression reflects philosophical evolution, interest in growth, perspective, observation, interpretation. Suspect you won't see any art in collector base. Culturally dead. Tools for Reapers. Worse than the Geth.
I'm sorry. I know that was important, but you performed Gilbert and Sullivan?
I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
Wow, okay. That was pretty awesome. Oh, I must have stopped the game there.
What is it about the Collector's modification that bothers you so much?
Disrupts socio-technological balance. All scientific advancement due to intelligence overcoming, compensating for limitations. Can't carry a load, so invent wheel. Can't catch food, so invent spear. Limitations. No limitations, no advancement. No advancement, culture stagnates. Works other way, too. Advancement before culture is ready. Disastrous. Saw it with Krogan. Uplifted by Solarians. Disastrous. Our fault.
You blame the Solarians for what the Krogan did?
Yes, like giving nuclear weapons to cavemen. Krogan unprepared for spaceflight, technological advance. Krogan could have evolved alone, worked out aggression, been ready to use new tech responsibly. Instead, Solarians came, disrupted Krogan culture, used Krogan as blunt instrument against Rachni. Short-sighted. Foolish.
Yeah, I can definitely understand, them doing that, because I feel like if humans encountered a pre-space flight species, we very well might do the same, after some debate, I'm sure, but we'd probably end up trying to help them along. But, yeah, if a species or a culture can't go through those struggles themselves, they'll never be the stronger for it.
If you feel that way, why did you work on the genophage modification?
Talked before. Best option. That, or kill them all. If around during first contact, would have argued against it. Wasn't there then. Do what I can.
Thanks for sharing what you've learned, Morton.
Proud to be here, Shepard. Thank you for including me.
Good to have you on the team. Let's talk to Joker, and then we'll make it up to the other decks. We will begin the mission eventually, I promise,
So,
but
Hadley,
probably
how
next
you gonna spend
episode.
your next furlough?
You really think we'll have another shore leave?
Of course. Shepard's forming the best team this galaxy has ever seen. We're gonna kick some ass.
I'm sure you're right, Matthews.
Damn straight he's right. Alright.
Commander,
I assume everything is going well up here?
we're just having an argument over personalization of my workspace.
Cerberus regulations are clear, Mr. Moreau. Personalization does not include grease on my bridge cameras.
It's just mad that all its footage of me looks like a dream sequence.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's good. Everything's upgraded and better than ever.
Do what I can.
Talking about the crew, you'd probably have to ask a people person.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. Samara feels like she could shoot me in a very tranquil way, which does not make me feel any better about it. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
I already asked about that.
That's it for now.
See you, Commander.
I guess depending on who you take out last, you can ask for different opinions, but I'm not going to really bother too much with that. We have other places to be. How are you doing, Kelly?
You had me so worried when you were trapped on the collector ship. Thank goodness for Edie.
The Normandy crew delivered, including you.
You're too kind. We were there to help, but Edie gets the credit this time. The Elusive Man made sure Edie was installed for this mission. Now I see why. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing right now. Anything else, Commander?
Do you have a moment to talk?
I always have time for you, Commander.
I think I've already probably
I better go.
discussed
Okay.
those a while back.
Maybe no messages for you, Commander.
Alright. Don't need to go up there, I don't think. Let's head down to engineering first. And then we'll work our way back up. Let's check in on Grunt.
Not grunt. I like it. I have a clan. That makes me... It makes me want to fight, not just able to. At Uvink, I wanted to disembowel him, to tear out his spine like a trophy.
Can you focus that on our real enemy? Or do I have to lock you up for the ship's safety?
I get it now. It's part of what I am. It was just delayed because of being tank-bred. Now that I know it's not an outside thing, and I have a place as a Krogan, I like it. Our enemies are in trouble, Shepard, and we better not run out of targets.
There's no danger of that. They're practically lining up.
Everyone gets a turn. Ha! Wouldn't want it any other way.
Well, I'll do my best to mix in anything else I can talk to him about.
Shepard,
Just checking in. How you doing?
humans talk too much. Like the tank. Come back later.
Anything in your tank imprints that can make use of the resources we found?
Nothing else I can think of. I'm no tech. Enjoy what you got.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
Alright, let's talk to Jack next.
I needed to wipe that place off the map. You took me there to do it, and I owe you.
You don't know what it's like, Shepard. To have garbage like that following you. It marks you in ways you don't expect.
I've made a lot of hard choices, Jack. Like what to let go.
Hard to walk away from it. You'd think it would get easier now that the place is a crater. But what else do I know?
I never thought I'd see you show mercy. But you let a Resh live.
He was trapped in the past, reliving it every day. You showed how that could be me. I'm not getting stuck like that. I'm better than him, and I'm sure as hell not carrying that crater around with me.
Do you think you're different now?
I know that place is gone. But I still kind of want to kill every person I see. No offense.
You sure about this? I want to do whatever I can to get your head on straight.
Don't get all therapist on me, Shepard. You're not the couch type. I hate that stuff anyway. Bullshit, prison, psych. You did me a favor, and that's enough. More than I expected. I'll keep it together. Hey.
Tell me about you, Jack.
I'm done talking. Come back later.
Alrighty.
What do you think of Miranda and Jacob?
Jacob doesn't know who he is, but that's not my problem. Miranda's a Cerberus bitch. Knew that before she opened her mouth.
I picked up a lot of resources. Can you use them to help against the Collectors?
I figured out those L5Xs. Consider yourself lucky. It's not like I keep a library of this shit around.
What do you think of our mission?
I know when someone's got murder on their mind. The Collectors are out to kill us. Rather do it to them first.
I should go.
Okay, talk later.
Alright, I think Tally and who else is on this level? I think there's one more.
Keela, I'm sorry I dragged you into Quarian politics.
That was
All
fun.
that infighting, seeing what my father did. You were the only one there for me, Shepard. The only cover I had against that storm. Thank you.
That was actually one of my favorite quests in this game, I think.
I imagine they're trying to fill your father's spot on the Admiralty Board. What will that do to the balance of power?
I have no idea. Being exiled might have made it easier. A few people are suggesting me as a candidate. Replacing an admiral takes time, though. You may not have noticed, but Quarians like to debate.
Are Quarian politics always like that?
No. Sometimes it can actually get unpleasant. We're a very social people, Shepard. We have to be, to make up for being stuck in these suits. And part of that means getting involved in each other's business.
The whole trial was insulting. You should have had time to mourn your father.
I don't think life is about what you deserve. But my father would be honored that I chose to mourn him by blowing up a lot of gas. I should get back to work. But thanks for checking on me. Shepard, what can I do for you?
Have you got time to talk?
I really need to clean up this engine. Maybe later?
Can you do anything to give the Normandy an edge over a collector ship?
My shield fortification will help, but I don't think there is much more I can do.
I'll let you work.
Talk to you later.
Seems like they each only have one upgrade to contribute,
Garrus put some crazy
and I've already
tech
found
into the
it.
main guns. Has almost doubled their power draw.
Nice.
Pretty wicked.
Indeed. Don't worry. A few tweaks to the forward capacitors, and the balance is back in line.
Alright, I guess that's what's over here. Starboard cargo. Maybe Zaid, is he down here? There he is. Blood-packed helmet.
Beauty, isn't it? Pried that off the Krogan warlord, Kazak. used to run the blood pack out of Omega about 17 years ago. Wasn't even a job. The guy just thought he'd hijack a freighter I was hitchhiking on. Big mistake. I goaded Gizak into one-on-one combat. Took out his legs, grabbed his gun, and killed every blood pack bastard in the room. That was the most beaten Krogan I've ever seen. Kept a helmet to remind me of that pained expression. Oh yeah, that's a model of the Veracon. Turian frigate. Hell of a ship. I led a mission to bring that thing down from the inside with just 5 men and whatever guns we could bring. No chance of success, but we did it. Everyone died but me. So I made out like a bandit. My first impossible mission as an independent contractor. There's been many since, but nothing so goddamn sweet as watching that Turian warship crash planet-side.
Admit it, Said, you keep that model just so people ask you about it, don't you?
Hey, don't touch. That rifle's older than you are. I call her Jessie. That's my lucky charm. More men have been killed with that gun than died in the Skillian Blitz. The day I laid her to rest was the saddest day of my life. I give up every weapon I own for one more mission with that shitty old rifle.
Anything else? Surveillance. It's a little creepy, but okay. Here's Joker. The camera's not smudged from this angle, at least. What about the garbage compactor? Huh. Guess that was fun. I wonder, is this for anything, or is it just... Huh. Keep this area clean. Alrighty. Enjoy your little... Oh, I guess I can talk to... Actually, talk to him now that I'm here.
Thinking about past missions. Got a minute? You might learn something. Tough fight on Horizon. I fought slavers and kidnapping rings, but nothing like that. Some slavers took a little girl on a colony in the Skepsis system. Girl woke up, fought her way out. Got picked up by my band well on her way to Omega. 8 years old. She'd have had no chance on Horizon.
There's the, whatever you call it. Not the Firewalker. It has a name, starts with an H, can't remember it though. Alright, up to the crew quarters.
Thanks again, Shepard. Taking the time to help me with my sister. I couldn't have reached Oriana in time without your help. I'm glad Niket tried to redeem himself, for what good it did. Thank you for stopping me, Commander.
Are you happy about your sister's relocation?
She has what I wanted her to have. A normal life, and the freedom to choose her own path. And she knows she has an older sister. A friend.
Are you gonna talk to her again?
I honestly don't know. For once, I haven't planned that far ahead. I'll deal with it after our mission. I have to stay focused, and she needs time to adjust to her new home.
You never told me what you talked about.
I introduced myself. Her family was shocked. She adjusted quickly, of course. She's as smart as I am. She plays the violin, loves the Adagio movement of Nielsen's Fifth, just like I do. She wants to work in colony development. Told a joke about it. She's really funny. Something we don't share.
It's funny, I think of you as all business. Good to see that there's a person under there.
There we go.
The mission's too important to let personal feelings interfere. But thank you, Commander. My sister is safe again thanks in large part to you. I won't forget that.
Anything else? I can't. There we go.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard. Maybe another time.
Nobody wants to talk.
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
The crew's working well, and the ship appears to be performing to specifications.
I'll let you work.
Of course, Commander.
Not really sure who the romanceable crew members are in this one.
I haven't had a meal that good in a long
Not
time.
that,
I didn't think Rupert had it in him. How can I help you, Commander?
Nothing new for him.
I won't take any more of your time.
Back to work.
Not that I probably, what was I saying? Oh, the romance missions. Not that I'd probably use any of them anyway, since I guess Shepard and Ashley still kind of have a thing. How you doing, Doctor?
Commander, I very much enjoyed sharing that ice brandy with you, but I hope I wasn't too unprofessional. Brandy goes straight to my head.
It's nice to see you let your hair down.
Guess I hadn't realized how much those feelings needed airing, but I didn't give you much of a chance to vent. So tell me now, what do you think?
Everyone's depending on us. We won't let them down.
They just don't make them like you anymore, Shepard. Well, promise me we'll share a bottle every year. The next one is on me.
Sounds good to me. Still can't get into the AI core, though.
Access to the AI core is restricted.
Hoping E doesn't turn on us, but still a little suspicious. Like, there's an AI core there for a reason. And it's a... As long as there's been AI in TV and movies and video games and novels, there's been issues with them.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Sure, just killing time anyway. I wanted to thank you again for your help with Sedona's. Whatever happens with the Collectors or the Reapers or whoever else comes after us, I know you'll get the job done.
You actually think we'll find something worse than Collectors or Reapers?
I like to expect the worst. There's a small chance I'll be pleasantly surprised.
I couldn't do this without you, Garrus.
Sure you could. Not as stylishly, of course. It's strange going into a suicide mission on a human ship. Your people don't prepare for high-risk operations the way Turians do.
I thought you'd be used to high-risk operations on human ships. I mean, think about tracking Sarah to Ilos.
Sure, but that was quick. We raced out, landed, blew up some Geth, and saved the galaxy. This time we've got Miranda and Cerberus and that AI all telling us what we're up against. I think I preferred blind optimism.
Yeah, I can see that too. That's true, actually. I did take him to Ilos with me. It was him and Ashley were my final crewmates. Which I was happy with. I'm glad I chose those two. They're on the cover after all. Alright.
Thanks for the talk, Garrus. I'll see you later.
Sure thing.
Who else is on this level? Let's see. We haven't talked to Samara or Kasumi or Thane.
Morinth haunted my dreams and waking hours equally. For the first time in 400 years, I am free. I am a ruined vessel of sorrow and regret, but I am free. It is not a feeling I can describe.
Free to help me destroy the Reapers, I hope.
Was it worth it?
It was never a question of worth, but of need. I had to take the action I did, as did she. This was never a story that would have a happy outcome.
You did your duty. What about your feelings?
One of my daughters is dead. My hopes, my dreams were all bound up in my children. Still, my feelings have always come after my duty. The same is true of you.
You said that Morinth was a monster, but she was still your daughter.
She was the strongest and smartest. She would not accept the injustice thrust upon her. She fought to the end. I am so proud of her, Shepard.
You killed her for being what she was.
And I would again. But I also know what it means to leave everything behind and fight. Do you realize that she went on the run at the age of 40? I do not know human years well, but it is very young for Asari.
What will you do now that Morinth is gone?
Assuming I survive your mission, I am a Justicar. injustice still exists, and perhaps even other Ardatyakshi.
There's no way to correct the condition Morinth had?
We are an advanced species, but we don't have magic. When the trait manifests
Kinda
at
do.
maturity, it is too late for mitigation. It only occurs in purebloods like myself.
Interesting.
Perhaps that is the root of the stigma regarding Asari-exclusive pairings. I don't know.
I thought Ardat Yakshi were extremely rare.
Asari have spread to many worlds. There are remote regions with no government oversight. If I travel to those worlds and they do exist, I will find them.
Morinth claimed that her condition was the future of the Asari race.
Morinth would say anything that served her cause. Ardat Yakshi are sterile, Shepard. That wouldn't be a particularly viable future for my people.
It's true, they kill their mates, so... Although I guess it could still be like a Black Widow that kills their mates and then bears their children, but apparently that's not possible here.
You don't want to settle down?
I did. I returned to my homeworld and tried to start a family.
Didn't end well.
I will fight and struggle all my life. That is my fate. When I die, it will not be in bed. I am at peace with that.
You still control the direction of your life.
I have chosen this path. I truly am at peace. Due in no small part to you.
Alright. Anything else?
Shepard.
How are you?
Perhaps we could speak later. I wish to meditate.
Yeah, nobody wants
Do
to
you have
talk
any
to me.
suggestions about using some of the resources we've gathered?
I have done what I can to increase our exploration capabilities. Anything beyond that is up to you.
How do you think our mission is going?
Spirits are high. We have a strong team and everyone is committed.
I should go.
Of course.
Don't think anybody's in the restroom. How are you guys
the
doing?
collectors did take New Canton.
Yes, but my wife and daughter left in the nick of time.
Oh, good.
They're resting in San Francisco as we speak.
That's great news.
It is, but I knew a lot of good people in New Canton. Our mission has to succeed.
Thank God Shepard's in command.
You know I'm standing right here, right? But don't worry, we will. There'll be no more New Hamptons or whatever the colony was called. Not after we're through with the collectors. How you doing, Thane?
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Certainly.
Hey, he wants to talk to me.
If you don't mind my saying, you don't really seem like an assassin.
You've spent too much time fighting thugs who think custom-painted armor makes them professionals. The Hanar trained my body for this role since I was 6 years old.
You've been killing since you were 6?
Of course not. I didn't make my first kill until I was 12. They were training me. I was not to be used and thrown away. I was an investment.
I wonder how old 12 is for his species, though.
You were a child, not an investment.
I've given you the wrong idea. They valued me, yes, as a resource, but also as a person. They regretted their need for me.
I might have made this up, but it seems like they changed the spelling of Hanar between the two games. Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of Hanar the Wookiee from KOTOR 2. That's actually quite likely, I think.
The Hanar? Excessively polite, worship the Protheans? They don't seem the type who'd train assassins.
Every species trains assassins. The Hanar are only unusual in that they need other species to do the killing for them. They have a strong grip and natural toxins, but have you ever seen one move quickly outside of water? Or fire a gun?
Can't say I have, but they're one species I would definitely like to learn more about. Perhaps we will in the third game.
Why did your parents agree to this?
The agreement was made under the Compact. It was an honor for our family.
The Compact?
We live on the Hanar homeworld because they rescued us, some of us, from extinction. We owe them our lives. That is the Compact.
What exactly are the terms of the Compact?
There are many things the Hanar can't do, even with mechanical aid. They ask Drell to assist them.
This can't be legal. They made your whole race into slaves.
Don't insult me, Shepard. Anyone can refuse to serve. Few do. We owe our existence to the Hanar. We are proud to repay the debt.
I'm gonna say this, but only because I'm curious.
The way you describe it, the Hanar sound like weaklings.
Out here, they are. But if you could see them in the encompassing, the oceans of Kaje, you would see them differently. A stream of silver in the dark, looping, diving. So fast the eye can't follow. Laughter like the squeals of a child fighting against the water. They fly over the black of the seabed like birds, plumed with the light of heaven.
Why was your race going extinct?
Overpopulation. That must sound trite to you. Humans developed mass effect drive before the problem became acute. Our homeworld, Rakana, had few resources. We hadn't even developed fusion power when the soil began to fail from overuse and pollution. The Hanar found us a century ago. They sent hundreds of ships, evacuated thousands of us. Billions more had to be left behind.
What's the state of Rakana now?
Do you read your philosophers? A man named Thomas Hobbes. When all the world is overcharged with inhabitants, then the last remedy of all is war, which provideth for every man by victory or death. As Rakana died around them, my people slaughtered each other for mouthfuls of water, crumbs of food.
But you don't kill for the Hanar anymore. You're freelance. What changed?
I was asleep for a long time, yes. I paid no attention to what my body was asked to do, but then... Laser dot trembles on the skull. One finger twitch. He dies. Then, the smell of spice on the spring wind. Sunset-colored eyes defiant in the scope. The laser dances away. My apologies. Drell slip into memory so easily.
Was that one of your assassinations?
Yes. Perhaps we can discuss it later. I've wasted too much of your time.
Alright. Interesting. Who else is left? Asumi, I guess. That's the medical bay. Where is Tasumi? Port observation deck? That's probably it. Yep, there she is.
People are talking out there, and I hear it all. I really appreciate your help with the Hawk heist. I know why we had to destroy Keiji's gray box, but it doesn't make it any easier. I stole that on a dare, believe it or not. There was a big museum show coming to Ilium. Artifacts from Earth going on tour. Very high security. Keiji dared me to steal this. So I broke in, hacked the security, put a few guards to sleep, and replaced the piece with a worthless duplicate. They never knew the difference. My first museum job. Nowhere near the last. That's my favorite piece. Painted for me by a child prodigy from Elysium. She was the cutest thing. She was kidnapped by slavers who hoped to sell her on Omega. I wasn't about to let that happen. I set up an idea as a buyer's rep to get a special tour of the slaver's vessel. Once aboard, I freed the girl and smuggled her off the ship. She painted that for me on the way home. I'll never forget how it felt to watch her work.
That's pretty cool.
The red rose. That used to be my calling card when I first started out. In place of whatever I took, I left a single red rose. It wasn't until I met Keiji that I realized how silly it was.
It's a little cliche,
he had
too.
a way of making you realize when you were just being sentimental. Don't laugh, I like those books. Romance novels, crime novels, the classics. There's something about the feel of actual paper in your hands, their musty smell. It's relaxing. Keiji used to find books for me while on the job. Some of these are more valuable than the objects he was hired to steal.
That's true, you don't really see books around anymore in this galaxy, I mean. In real life, obviously you do. But I suspect this is pretty accurate. 100 or 200 years from now, people probably still will enjoy reading books by hand, but a lot less commonly than today. There are those shutters we might need during the war. But I like the room a lot better with it open. It's quite a bar you have here. You can mix your own drinks. Last time I had a drink was on Omega, and I ended up passing out for a couple hours, so I'm going to take a pass on that one. What about this painting?
That painting has a special place in my heart. An art collector hired me to steal it. When I got there, the painting was gone. On the way out, I saw it being hauled off by another thief. I chased him down, tackled him, and took the painting. That's how KG and I met. We never did turn it into our employers.
That's pretty cute. Alright, anybody hiding in the restroom? No, good. I think that's our entire crew then. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's everybody. Alright, so now that we've gone through and talked to everyone, we can finally begin the, not the last mission of the game, but the one of the last missions in the game. So I'm going to cut the episode, and when we come back, we will head to the Dead Reaper ship, find the IFF code, and make our way one step closer to the Omega Relay. I'll see you guys then.